Happy Thursday, everybody. I hope you're having a blessed day and that spring has sprung where you are, although my friends on the other side of the world are entering fall, I believe. But according to Lorna, their weather was not very fall-like yet. So anyway, we are enjoying spring right now. Daffodils are blooming and the sun's been shining. Not too much today, but earlier in the week it was in the 70s and just beautiful. I'm coming on today to do Mr. B and Lulu's tag, but before I do, I'm going to go around the nursery really quickly, let you see all the babies. Here we have Lucy Ray and Azrea. And then here's the newest addition, Miss Solani. She's exhausted. And I have my K and C from Liz here. I just have them leaning up on the boppy loungers. I did attempt to try to work my way up behind the bed that Saffron and Sapphira are in, but I'm going to wait till my mom comes and she can help me do that. And then we have Solomon here. Solomon finally got tired and laid down, but he's tilting his head over towards Zolani. He really likes her. He's wanting her to wake up and play. And then here we have Vijanye. She's reading a book. What are you reading today? Friends Are Fun. Yes, they are. Zipporah. Now, y'all, are y'all ready for this? Brace yourselves. Ready? Look at my little frog man. Oh, Liz, you brought me so much joy. Oh, my word. Malachi's wearing the Kermit the Frog hat that Liz sent, and then the onesie that looks like Kermit. It's the color of Kermit the Frog, and then it has the frill around the neck. There's Malachi's legs. You don't see those very much, huh? Those beautiful legs sticking out there. Usually in his multicolored dungarees. And then look. Woo! Up there I put my frog. Look at her. She is lying on her right side. She's got one arm tucked under her head and the other arm in front of her. And she's got a leg down and a leg up. She's all posed so cute there. And I haven't named her yet. I'm still working on that. But I just thought she looked so sweet there. So she's not in the actual pod with Malachi, but she's there up above. But she'll get she might move around the nursery too, like my new flutterbys do. And then here's Saffron and Sapphira, all cozy, snug as a bug in a rug. And the queen still doesn't realize there's an aphid on her hand. She's not too bothered. And then we have over here the beautiful Abigail and the stunning Juliet looking oh so sweet together. These two are the best of friends. Thick as thieves, I tell ya. And then there's Anne Girl, my big raggedy Anne. And then we have Genevieve looking oh so sweet today. She says, hello, Mama Chiquita. All right, everybody, I'm going to go over here and sit because I have my computer with the questions right here. And I'm going to link Mr. B and Lulu's original tag down below as well as post the questions for anybody else who wants to participate. So here we go. As I said, it's called, did I say? It's called The Whole Kit and Caboodle. Before when I said I'm doing their tag, did I say the name of it? Anyway, it's called The Whole Kit and Caboodle tag. Okay, let's see. You have won a competition and can design a brand new reborn baby kit to be made exactly to your specifications. When it is done, the very first one will be reborn by your chosen artist, especially for you. You have some big decisions ahead. 1. Will the kit be male or female, and why did you choose this gender? Before I begin answering that, there's a couple things I have always wanted to see within the industry. The first one would be a one-of-a-kind. I would love a one-of-a-kind baby made of a very specific photo I have of Gabriel, the little boy at the orphanage in Ethiopia. But then it would be a one-of-a-kind, and it wouldn't be a kit that everybody could enjoy. So that takes that off. The second thing, and I've talked about this quite a while ago, but I don't know if Mr. B and Lulu have heard this, because this was, you know, well over a year ago. I know it was at my old house, so well over a year ago, that I said I would love for a sculptor to create the same kit at different age progressions. And now that I have my Zolani, which is the Tegan sculpt, let me show you what I'm talking about. So look at Saffron and Sapphira. They are the Heavenly Sculpt by Nicole Russell. So two different sculptors. But you see that sweet, sleeping, peaceful face? When I look at Zolani, she almost looks like them bigger. Again, two different sculptors, but that's what I'm talking about. I would love a sculptor to, whether they work from a real life inspiration or from their imagination, create like a large, preemie, small newborn, and then a progressively bigger version of the same baby, you know, 3-4 months version or a 6-month version, all the way up to a year. So 3 or 4 kits of the same baby at different stages of development. I just think that would be so, so amazing. I know many sculptors now do an awake and a sleep of the same kit, but I would love to see a progression of the same baby as they grew. But that would require more than 1 kit. And Mr. B and Lulu said 1 kit. So now I'm going to answer my questions accordingly, since the 2 things that I ponder would not fit inside of these questions. Y'all know I got to go off on my own little tangents. So number 1, will the kit be male or female, and why did you choose this gender? If you're specifically asking me which one I would want in my nursery, I'm going to say girl, because 9 of my 10 babies are girls. I had to do a mental quick calculation there. Zolani not only made my nursery have 10 keeper babies, but she also she made a tie between asleep and awake babies. Now I have 5 awake and 5 asleep. I had 5 awake and 4 asleep. So now I have equal asleep and awake. But we'll get to that in a bit, because I believe we're going to ask that question soon about sleeping and awaking. But I will choose girl. Currently, I only have 1 boy in my collection, which is Malachi. He is the prince of my nursery. And over here is the future king. There will be a future king in my nursery named Atticus. But beyond that, at this point, I will choose girl. Now, in terms of the kit's gender, I would probably have it have not like a belly plate or nothing gendered, so that when future people are creating, they could choose whether it's a boy or girl. But for my keeper, I will say girl. And why did I choose this gender? I don't know. I love girls. I mean, I love boys too, but there's something so fun about dressing the girls and doing their hair. I always wanted 6 children, 3 of each. But I don't know. I just love, love, love dressing little girls. So I'm going to say girl. Plus, if I have a king and a prince, I think that'll be enough. Yeah, we'll see. I might have boys in the future. But for this tag, I'm going to say girl. 2, will it be made of vinyl or silicone, and why did you choose this material? I'm going to say vinyl because my 10 babies are vinyl babies. I have my little tiny mini silicone down here, my little Romy striatum, my little Romy. I've never tried to take care of or dress a full, big, huge. I've never changed her. I don't want to be afraid to take care of my baby and, you know, risk ripping it or ruining it. So I'm going to say vinyl, plus that way that baby would have the ability to be purchased by a lot of people. Silicones are usually very small additions and very costly, so I'm going to go with vinyl. 3, is it a baby, toddler, or child? What size will it be and why? I'm going to say, you know, newborn to 2 months, somewhere in that range. That's what I love, like Saffron and Sapphira, and most of my babies, all these babies over here are newborn. Abigail, Juliet, Queen Isabella, Saffron, Sapphira, Malachi, Zipporah, they're all newborn size. Even Zolani, she's 23 inches. She's about a 2-month-old in real life. I need to put either Viognier or Genevieve next to her. Because people think they're toddlers, and I've talked about this before. They're not. They're just a few months old. I do, you know, have them sit up. Realistically, a baby of that age probably would not be sitting up. But they could pass, you know, for like a 5-6 month old, I suppose. But because she's asleep, she won't be sitting up. But so I will say somewhere between 18 and 23 inches. That would be good. I love that size. I love, because they're so floppy and so newborn. I love, love, love the newborn stage. So Is it asleep or awake, and why did you choose this? Well, since I have 5 of each, it would be a tiebreaker, I suppose. That's a little hard. I mean, I love both. I love the personality you can give the awake babies and have fun with them and create these large personalities, much larger than you can a sleeping baby. But I love the little tad bit more realism the sleeping babies have because, you know, an awake baby doesn't blink or their eyes don't move and stuff. So I will say asleep. I really, and I think some of my answers right now are a little, you know, coming from my current love of my Zolani. I just am so enamored with this baby. I've had this kit for a few years, and now that she's finally here, I'm just even more smitten. I was, you know, infatuated with her blank kit, and now that she's finished, I think she's helping decide some of these answers. So I'm going to say asleep. Would you prefer a smile or some other facial expression, and if so, what? On a sleeping baby, I just like them to look very content and peaceful and relaxed. So yeah, as long as they have that really peaceful, relaxed expression, that is what I love on the sleeping babies. So that's the only facial expression I would care about on a sleeping baby. 6, how would you like the hands to be sculpted? Opened, closed, or one of each? I'm going to say open. Saffron and Sapphira have one of each. Juliet has one of each. Malachi, I think, is double-fisted. Let me move your frogman. Yeah, he's double-fisted. But I am going to, okay, she's one of each. I think it's one of the reasons I fell in love with the Fridolin kit. First of all, I love her face so very much. But she has these very open, expressive hands. And I was like that as a baby. The kit that I painted for my mom to represent me as a baby had these very open, expressive hands. And I have always done, my hands are, when I'm talking, I just kind of, I'm very expressive with my hands. And let's now look at Miss Solani. She has 2 very beautiful open hands, and I love her fingers are very flexible. And so I love that. I love this hand, how it just is bent at the wrist, like it just like fell there. It just, so I'm going to say 2 open hands. I really am loving her open hands. And I love that, like here on Lucy Ray, how these fingers bend. I like that too, but it's still an open hand. I like that she can hold your finger. I like that a lot. So maybe one like that where the fingers are curled so they can curl around your finger, and then one fully open. But even her 2 hands are open. They're just so elegant, aren't they? They're so tiny and dainty and so elegant. But I'm going to say open for the most part. Either curled a little at the finger, but not fists. I would like 2 open hands. 7, how would you like the legs to be sculpted? Bent, straight, or one of each? I like them to be kind of in between. I like the frog legs, like Saffron and Sapphira have frog legs. You know, the Levi kit has frog legs. Malachi has a almost straight and one bent. But I love, let's see, Solomon has a straight and a bent. I like that look. But I think I'm going to go with this. Like, I love, Zolani is like the queen of the day. I love that, how her legs are. They're not quite straight, but they're by no means like bent into a froggy. They're just slightly bent at the knee. Y'all know I don't love when they're bent and you have that like vinyl attached at the back. So no, I don't want that super bent look. I'll say almost straight. 8, who would you like to sculpt your ideal reborn kit? Hands down, Bonnie Brown. Woo, that's a poem. Well, not really a poem. It rhymed. Bonnie Brown. She, in my opinion, is such an amazing, the leading sculptor we have. I love her work. And again, this is my opinion. You can have your opinion and love other sculptors. I'm not saying this to put anybody down. This is just my opinion. I love her creativity. I love that she works from photos. I love that she works from real children in her life and creates kits from them. Malachi here is a Bonnie Brown. He's the Grayson Sculpt. I love that her kits don't all look identical. Here is Solomon is the Saskia. And I believe he is based on a real child. Grayson, I'm not sure if he is. And then Lucy Ray here is the Tink Sculpt. She was created from a Google image. And I just think if you look just at these 3 kits alone, if they were like in the raw kit form, you're not going to say, oh, that's a Bonnie Brown baby, because they all have their individual distinct look, if that makes sense to you. I love Bonnie Brown. She is my top sculptor. I have a couple under her that I also admire greatly, but I'm only allowed to choose one sculptor, so I'm choosing Bonnie Brown. 9. Your kit is made. Now it's time for it to be made into your ideal reborn. Tell us a little about it. For example, weight, hair, and eye color, rooted or painted hair, any other details. Would the sculptor reborn it, or do you have a favorite reborn artist? If Bonnie Brown would be willing to paint the baby for me, I would absolutely have Bonnie Brown paint that baby. I think it would be amazing to own a baby that is sculpted and painted by the same person. And I would love, if I could choose, for her to sculpt a baby based on something out of her imagination, so that whatever she's imagining, she could bring full circle and sculpt it and then paint it according to what she saw. That would be amazing, because then I would have this work of art that came from the mind of Bonnie Brown. My only custom thing I would ask of her would be that it would have rooted hair. Other than that, I wouldn't give her any other details. I would want the baby to have hair. Whether it's sparsely rooted or a head full of hair, that would be up to her. But now if she's envisioning a bald baby, then I suppose I would have to deal with that. But the only criteria I would give her based on those things Mr. B and Lulu asked, like eye color, skin tone, hair, and all that. The only thing I would request is rooted hair. Y'all know I am all about the hair. All my babies have rooted hair. Saffron and Sapphira have combi hair, so they have painted with rooted on top, but it's not sparsely rooted. All my babies have hair. I am all about the hair and clothes. Y'all know that. So that is the one thing in terms of criteria I would give her, would just be, please make sure the baby has rooted hair. But other than that, I would leave the rest up to her, because then I would get her best work and her vision, and that's what I would want. What is your new kit's name? I don't know. I think I would talk with Bonnie about that and see. And did she have a name in her mind when she created the kit? And if she did, I would certainly want to go with that. If she didn't, I would have to see the kit and see what the baby looked like and then name it. Y'all know it took me a few days to decide on Zolani. You know, I had to get to the 100%. I was only at 98. So I couldn't just blindly name a kit. I would have to see the kit. But again, I would certainly ask Bonnie, you know, in your thought process, did the baby in your imagination have a name? And if so, that's what I would go with, because it would for sure then be her true creation. And then since I would have the baby Bonnie created, and I believe it's set up here, the first one, yes, the very first one will be reborn by your chosen artist, especially for you. So I would have the first one. So then whatever the edition would be, Bonnie is doing a lot of timeless edition, open editions. That would be up to her. But that way, you know, lots of people could enjoy the kit. But then I would have the one Bonnie painted. I think that would be just amazing. This was such a fun tag, Mr. B and Lulu, so creative. and I really, really enjoyed it. As I said, I watched your tag when it first came out, and I finally commented on it because I had it in my history. And I finally commented saying I would be participating next week, which is this week, because I believe I commented last week. So anyway, but thank you so very much. And the next tag I'm going to be participating in, I watched it last night. Shannon posted a video, a Mother's Day tag, so that'll be coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. But I really wanted to participate in this one. I think it's a lot of fun. And if you have not participated, please do so. I'm going to put a link down below to Mr. B and Lulu's original tag video for this, as well as all the questions will also all be in my description. But I always recommend you go watch the original, the originator of the tag, because in the event I might have misread something or answered it incorrectly, you'll hear how they wanted it answered. And again, I watched this a couple weeks ago, so if I deviated too much, I apologize, but those are my honest answers. And anyway, I am going to, it is Thursday afternoon. Y'all, I took a nap today. I haven't done that like during the week in ages. But it's been a very busy week. I did all my Thursday and Friday chores today because I am headed to my mom's tomorrow morning, and I'll be there by about lunchtime. We have a very busy afternoon packed after that, and then Saturday we have some great plans, and then Sunday we're going to the doll show. There'll be a nice little meet up there, so I'm looking forward to that. But I had done so much all week, and it's just been a very, very busy week. I thought, let me take a nap. So I did, and it was wonderful. So anyway, so I'm going to head up and get a few more things done. But enjoy the rest of your Thursday, or if it's Friday where you are, happy Friday to you. We'll be there soon. But everybody have a very, very blessed day, and do take care of yourselves. And we are sending lots of love and hugs. And remember, joy bubble, find your joy each and every day. Y'all know I had so much joy opening that package from Liz. I have to tell you, because I didn't open the, remember my butterfly hat? That's going to be coming out soon. That butterfly hat, remember I told y'all I was so overcome with joy when I was opening that with Judy? You got to hear that when I was opening this frog. That's how I get really giddy. Anyway. But thank you again, Liz, for our little bonuses as well as the letters. These will be hanging up in here very soon, ladies, so stay tuned for that as well. I'm going to have these beautiful babies send some love to their mamas as Rhea blows a kiss. And Lucy Ray sends a kiss to her mama. And sweet Solomon here, he sends a kiss. Oh, let's do this hand today. To his mama. All right, everybody, thank you again for stopping by, and do have a very, very blessed evening. Bye-bye.